So this next one is going to leave your jaw wide open.
Who's getting married? I mean, who is getting proposed to?
At first, I believed it was the guy that was with her.
Yeah, because he was properly
And they
dressed.
came in, yeah.
The arms were linked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had the right look on his face. He looked like someone that was about to propose.
Exactly. And it was already smiling when you know walking in. I think like, oh, you know, this is a final question. And then the plot twist, we see the person who's proposing.
Exactly. And what does he look like? What's it about him? Well, does he look like someone who's about to propose?
See, these are two things I noticed from that video. Before we even get to like the main reason why we're doing this. Number one, when you want to propose, you're supposed to go down on one knee now.
His end? Peter, calm down. Which go down on one knee? That's a Western. That's a Western.
So as an African man, you have to stand up.
No. See, we are just doing this for the culture.
Yeah, for the culture.
I don't think my own father knelt for my mother. Yeah. But for the culture, I will not say it is compulsory because this is a very controversial topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, fine. Let's just agree to disagree. He should be down on one knee.
But you know what he did?
Yeah.
He pointed.
Really?
You gotta watch it.
So what's he pointing at? Why is he pointing?
He's like, hey, look, I'm here to marry you.
Let's excuse the man. He's claiming nonsense, so he doesn't know how to do the old.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could be nervous. Yeah. He could be very nervous.
But it's not something that he just woke up one day and said he wanted to do. So a surprise or the proposal that you made, a surprise proposal is not something you put together by yourself.
Yeah, of course.
So he probably had help from our friends and this thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think he wouldn't have had the OT that, oh, okay, you know, I'm supposed to do this, do that. And for me personally also, I have a problem with that dress. Why will you are proposing to the woman you want to marry and wearing polo, yellow polo and black trousers? Talk.
Yeah. No, seriously, who told me yellow polo guy?
It gets me, because that's one of the plot twists of this whole story. The guy that she came in with was on full native attire, was looking proper.
He looked like he was ready to propose. I'm really sure that if he had proposed to the girl at that moment, she probably would have said yes.
Yeah.
For his dressing.
For his dressing alone. And the person that is actually doing the proposal is, you know, dressing like...
You know, Peter, let's make excuses for him. For one, he's not Gen Z. Yeah. So he's probably not into all of that, you know.
The fact that he's not Gen Z should make him dress more native wise, like
yes, good. Now you speak. Even if he does not want to rock Agbada, it's something nice, something very something good.
Something senator, you know.
This was too casual.
It was just too casual for the occasion.
Yeah, it was
just too casual for the occasion. But let's get to the main crux of the topic here: the age gap.
Yeah.
Now.
This is a very tricky topic, Peter. The man looks okay. I don't want to speculate, but he looks late 40s.
Mid to late 40s.
Mid to late 40s.
You don't want to speculate.
I don't know about the girl's makeup, but she probably most likely probably in
20s. Mid to late
20s. Yeah, but what is it with age gaps? See, I have friends. This is a very tricky topic. I have friends who don't mind. Yeah, and I have friends who think it is outright abuse to have men. They think it's predatory.
It's predatory. I think it's predatory also.
Do you think so?
I think it's predatory.
Why?
I think I look at it from this aspect.
Okay, tell me.
Imagine me, getting married at the age of, let's say, 42, to someone who's currently 20 or 21.
Okay.
Why at 21? Or let me even say 22. At 22, she's of legal age to get married.
Yeah, of course.
That's not a criminal offense. But you know what comes to my mind? When her mother was pregnant of her, I was old enough and alive to see. If I had seen the mom, if I had known the mom, I would have seen her gestate from embryo to delivered baby in the mother. That's where my brain comes from. Like, you know, if it's someone that's like 3-4 years older than 5 years older than, I'm probably too young to really know that, oh, this is pregnancy and this is a woman, she's pregnant when they give birth to her. Like, you understand?
Yeah.
But like, from the age of like 10, 11, 12, you're already old enough to know that a woman gets pregnant for 9 months and she gives birth.
Peter, love has no boundaries.
Yeah, it
I
does,
mean,
yeah.
love is boundless. There are really no boundaries to love. So I'm of the opinion that it is not predatory, so to speak. I think it's all about love. I mean, not only person where they in love know whether they're in love. I don't know whether the lady is only in it for the money. I don't know whether the man is only in it because she's
Wants a trophy.
very long. Yeah, he wants a trophy wife, you know. Now only them sabi, all we can do is speculate. I think that when it comes to marriages and age gaps, I think the only people who can tell us what is up with it are the people involved. So until we get the opportunity to ask them, I think it will be wrong to draw hasty conclusions. However, we can still make our thoughts known on the case. For me, when it comes to age gaps, I think I'm a romantic.
So can you marry someone that you are 12 to 15 years older?
Well, if I love the person, yes.
Can
And
you
the engine is
marry someone that is 12 to 15 years older than you?
Yes. I can. It just depends, really. If I
Having known you for almost 2 decades, I kind of feel very bad for thinking that you say you can't do that.
What's wrong with you, man? This is love, man. Seriously, this is love, man. Okay, make a bust your brain.
Yeah.
I recently saw an article, I think it was on The Guardian, yeah. It was a list of celebrities, like age gaps in celebrity. And let me go use this very popular one. Although it's the opposite way. You know, I think one thing with age gaps is most people tend to focus on the male being older than a female. Did you know that Macron, the president of France, is much younger than his wife? I think his wife is up to maybe 13 years older than he is. And they had a very good relationship. I mean, did you know when Macron started dating his wife? Like, he met his wife when I think she was a school teacher or something. I was shocked.
Well, but have you had, there's this, okay, well, that one, she was.
And she's one of his biggest backers today. I mean,
yeah, see.
She's there for him. So I don't think really, I don't think that when there's a very massive age gap, yeah, biology and all of that, people will talk, eyebrows will be raised, but the fact is, in my own opinion, I think if there is love, if the both of them know they love each other, I mean, they're free. Those are my opinions. What are yours?
My opinion is you shouldn't be getting married to someone that you're old enough to know when they were giving birth to. To be very honest, that's still really my
That's
opinion.
crazy.
You just shouldn't. It feels very predatory in my own opinion.
Predatory in what sense?
Because you're
wiser.
Yeah, you're older, you're wiser, you've seen more, you've experienced more. Imagine me at 39, single male at 39. I've had a lot of experiences. I've met a lot of women, I've done a lot of stuff, and I come and take a 22-year-old girl that has not seen life, that's probably has not experienced herself in certain situations, and I make her my wife. I'm sort of like robbing her of certain experiences that she could have had.
Really, robbing her of what experiences?
Bro, what are you saying? If she wanted to like have fun, with guys of her age, try herself in the dating market, meet guys, break up, blah blah blah. Those kind of things.
You're getting something wrong.
She won't have the ability to make those kind of things, those kind of experiences, because I keep at that point. You know that? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
okay,
what happened to when I was like 29, the ladies 27, 28,
okay,
that I couldn't settle with them.
Okay, I think Peter.
And even at 39, there will still be women 35, 36 that are single.
Yeah, of course.
And 40, 41 that are
Single, yeah.
Probably single, divorced, single mom,
Or just
single, or just plain single. I know a lady who is 39 and plain single, never had kids.
The thing is, I think the trick is why we are getting married. Why are we uniting in the first place? We are uniting for love. The reason why there is so much trial and error in our generation is, I think, in my opinion, it's just because of how depraved we are. If you are lucky enough to not have to do trial and error on and on and on and on, and you're lucky enough to find the man of your dreams, and you are 20, and he's the very first person you dated, and he gives you everything you want, and he's 50. Come on, go, have a go at it. His engine is working. I mean, everything is satisfactory for you. You're satisfied. He treats you well. You know, come on now. I have friends who prefer older men, and I have friends who have criteria for age gap. I mean, if you are younger, if you are not if you're not as old, I mean, if you're not older than them by at least 15 years, they're not even reason you. I get them well.
I don't want to be first people. I mean, I can date someone that is 6 years younger than me, 7 years younger than me, 8 years younger than me, 9, 10.
What's the difference?
The difference is that,
what is the difference? Is it age? Is it age? Is it maturity? Is it size? Is it financial capacity?
Mix. No,
is it emotional maturity?
It's a mix of age and generation. So, for example, now, if I'm 5 years older than you, or 6, there's a probability that we're still the same generation. A Gen Z born in 1998 and a Gen Z born in 2004 are still Gen Zs.
Okay, fine, but what is the problem? I mean, what if, there's people who belong to a certain generation. For instance, I would be termed a millennial.
Yeah.
But I in my head, I'm much older.
Yeah, like old soul.
Yeah, I'm an old soul, So what if, I think what we should actually focus on is the binding factors for this couple with such an age gap, which is love, and yes, love, and the other factors that we can see. For instance, not financial stability. What I mean, like the connection they have. The first thing we should know is, aside, okay, fine. The first thing we first enter my head and I say, okay, the babe see money, get money, that kind of thing.
There's that advantage when you are older that you've learned a lot, you've had stability. You can't take that out of the equation.
You can't.
By the time you're 39.
But how is that advantage predatory?
I just feel like the moment you have gotten to a certain age, like 35, 36 and above, for some...
You should be looking for your age mates.
Not like you should be looking for your age mates.
Oh, okay.
This is what I actually feel about it. You've had certain experiences in life. You've been to certain places. If you wanted to be an entrepreneur, if that was the reason why you said, I'm not going to get married, I want to build my business, and you've built your business up to that stage, you've been able to achieve certain goals you set for yourself. I feel like a 22-year-old lady or a 21-year-old lady, unless if our goal is to be a trophy wife, a 22 or 21-year-old lady has goals for herself. You understand that? Oh, okay. Maybe she wants to start a musical career.
But
she wants to do this.
Peter, hold on. How has getting married got to do with pursuing your goals?
Because we are Africans, and I'm talking about this from the African perspective.
Okay.
We are Africans, and when
I black pass you, when
you get married in this part of the world, there's every factor that, as a woman, there's every factor that a lot of your dreams and goals might be crushed. I've seen women who before marriage were lawyers, were medical doctors and all this kind of thing. And they get married to someone who's financially also stable, like maybe a pilot or something. And it's like, you know what? I'll just start a business, sit at home, opens like a chain of supermarket stores for her, I should supervise those kind of things. But that's not exactly her dream. But the guy wants her to be present with the kids.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So what exactly does she have to do then? She kills her dream just because she wants to be in that marriage.
Well,
so I feel like that kind of age gap, you have had that head start that feels like you're cheating your partner. Who you are now making your wife at that stage of life that you are currently in.
Well, the thing is, see, the first thing we should begin with is the reason why we're getting married in the first place. Why are we uniting? We're uniting because we have, say, common goals. We share feelings. We have mutual feelings for each other. We love each other. We want to spend the rest of our lives with each other. If there are any plans that have to do with career goals with the man and the woman, it is a given that before una marry, una go down, sit down, calculate. Fine, marriage is a thing of the heart here, but it is also a logical thing. It has to work for both partners. Fine, you have a head start, you have the experience, you have the age, you have all of that. And I'm young, I'm just starting life. I want to get into this. You have to sit, you have to plan, okay. It's not something you just get into. You have to plan with your partner. And if it's not, these are things you discuss at the dating stage, not even after you have gotten married. And these are the things that will decide whether you choose to marry the person or not. So if you're choosing to marry the person, you already know, okay, if the person insists that you sacrifice your career, if it is convenient for you to do so, then you can go on and do so. And if it is not convenient for you and you think that, or say if you don't want to do it, you can opt out. Or if you are comfortable enough and you can kill your soul and just make that sacrifice and sell so to the devil and say, okay, I'll be a trophy wife as long as I'm getting all the money. Guys, what is the point of having going through all the stress? Nobody the same money we define. So sometimes I would not blame some women when they settle to be trophy wives with such age gaps, because which career I want to gain? Not be money. Yeah, not be money. Why would they be so? They not be money we define. Now money now. I mean now. Shall I? It is money now.
It's one of your own opinion. But then you should all from the angle of, he's saying that for if you want to marry, you should have said, if you have married changes, you do put that as you should post it. You're not married.
Why don't go for that angle? Well, yeah, make it go for that angle.
You know what you just said right now, yeah. Yeah, I understand. When you want to get married, you come, you talk out things with your partner and everything. But do you know that as a man, from the age of, I think, 14, 15-ish, you have the capacity to get a woman for you now?
Yeah, you can. And so imagine some cases.
Imagine a 47-year-old man dating a 21-year-old girl,
okay,
who is old enough to be his daughter.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Now you are telling me that you're having a discussion. What does a 21-year-old know?
In the 21st century.
About that, when you were 21, what did you know about your career?
That is
You think you know. The problem is, look at it retrospectively now.
Okay.
At that time, you think you knew a lot and you had it figured out.
Okay.
But now, like 8, 10 years later, you look back at it and you're like, shit, I didn't know anything.
Okay, yes, right.
You understand? So I feel like they are just too young to have those kind of conversations at that stage.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because they are just too young.
By that,
Especially with someone your age, with that advantage.
By that assumption, it means that 21-year-olds or people from 21 and above are not qualified to marry. By that assumption.
No, by law they are qualified.
No, by law, by example.
Yeah, by my
21-year-olds are not qualified to marry because they don't have the experiences required.
If you had a child
okay,
at 21 and she tells you she wants to get married, what would you do?
Well, I'll just sit her down. I mean, I will talk to her, of course.
Why are you talking to her? Because she's not old enough to make such decisions.
I will talk to a 30-year-old in the same way.
But the way you talk will be different.
Because
a 30-year-old is fully matured already.
That does not mean that they cannot get married at that age. It just means that they have to be doubly sure. So, and that does not disqualify them from the marriage pool.
I'm not disqualifying them.
Okay.
Like you said, they have to be doubly sure.
Okay.
Which means that there is the capacity that older man might be preying on them.
Might
be preying on.
But then even
because that's why they want to be doubly sure.
What is
that lady at 21, 22 knows exactly that. Look, you're signing this thing for life. You have goals, you have careers. Are you sure this man is going to allow your goals and careers come to fruition? Are you sure this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with? Are you sure in 50 years you're not going to be like, he's too old for me. He now has spot belly. I want some apology.
Well, Peter, I think we should define what do you mean when you say pray? When another person is praying, what are the factors? What are the praying factors?
The praying factor for me is because you as the older man know automatically that this person is of an age group that by the time they were born, let me just put it this way. If no someone
too much,
I'm not speaking English. If you were caught with that person when they were a child, like I'm saying 5, 6, and it would be termed as pedophilia. Yeah.
Why then are you going over?
Why if you're currently like 12, 13 and the girl is 7, 8, it won't be pedophilia because the child is also not an adult. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I get that.
So it could be it could be juvenile misconduct, and they would take them to like a place and talk to the young child and say, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. But by the time you're like 21, 22, and you're caught doing certain inappropriate things with like a 7, 8-year-old, that is pedophilia.
Yeah, but that's not the scenario.
No.
The scenario is
Now they are adults. Now they are adults, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Now they are adults. But when you take my, analogy into context, it lets you understand how warped the relationship is because of the presence of that age gap when she was a kid. Like, she was a kid when you were a legal adult.
Okay.
She was a child. Not even a kid, a child. I mean, she could be 14, 15, which is not legal, right? You're 21. I don't have a problem with that. 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't have a problem.
Okay.
Where I begin to draw the line is from like 10 and above, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. Now, that is the hypocrisy with age gaps. The hypocrisy with age gaps and saying age gaps are wrong in marriages is saying that there is a specific level. Because the levels differ too. I mean, for some people, you say can you do 5 years younger than himself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Some people say 5 years is younger. I mean, it's too much. Can you do 8 years younger than yourself?
I can't.
You can't. Many people who are on this predatory trip say that 8 years is too much. And that's the hypocrisy that comes with saying,
For me, 8 years is not too much. 8 years is not.
There should not be such a thing as too much at all when it comes to marriage and things of the heart. I believe that if both people are on the same page, on the same page,
People like their wedding age, I think they are maybe 8 or 9 years.
Okay.
I think she was 24 and he was 31. Do my maths. That's 7.
Okay.
Yeah, 24, 31 when we're getting married. Now, the beauty of that is that the guy is not so far away.
Okay.
And at 31, as a young bachelor at 31, you're probably just starting your bachelor behavior, maybe like 3-4 years in.
Okay.
You understand? But at 40, friendships. Bro,
Look, Peter.
you know what? If we keep on talking, we'll never leave here. Well, let me just say this.
Okay.
We were talking about the male-female dynamic. Now let's go. Let's
switch it around. Now that is where the hypocrisy becomes even more pronounced.
You said you could get married to a lady that's older than you, about 15, 17 years. Why would you do that?
I'm not, as I told you, I'm a romantic at heart. I'm not into the traditional criteria that Jesus.
So you now fall in love.
If I fall, I mean, it happens. We see these things happen. Even in Spanish telenovelas, these things happen. I mean, they are enormous. The reason why age gaps have become such a thing in society today is because a lot of people are doing it the wrong way. For instance, we have a lot of underage marriages. I think the problem, the reason why age gaps in marriages is a thing is because of the issue a lot of people have with underage marriages, especially in many underdeveloped parts of the world, where 60-something-year-old men marry 16, 17-year-old with girls. Look, the point is, the law says once you are 18, in some countries 21, you are mature. So it doesn't matter how many experiences, in quotes, you have had over the years. Besides, experience is subjective. Some men with 10 years worth of experience are just as wise as 1 unit. While some women with just say 2 years of experience have like 5 units worth of wisdom. So I don't think it's about the years. I think it's about the understanding and the love and the factors surrounding the union. If as a girl you're young, and the man is older, of course, let's say you're 21, you may not be very clever, and all the man may be trying to prey on you, you may be praying and you're just trying to say, but the point is, if a man is looking for a trophy, share you yourself, you're not going to know saying this is for a trophy, my wife. The point is, you cannot hide your intention. When it comes to marriage, I don't think you can hide your intentions forever. You may hide your colors, but you may not hide, you may be a serial cheat, but you cannot hide your intentions for the woman. Say you want to marry a woman now, okay, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. I love her. I want her to bear my kids, The girl said, go, no, now. I mean, now just trophy wife, in fact, these days, I don't think a lot of old men in that, older men, I don't think they have time for talk like that. No, there's more often than not, they go straight to the point and they tell you, if you want, go, if you don't want, back. If they want a trophy wife, they tell you they don't want. If they're actually looking for love, you go for it and you choose. So as long as nobody's pressing your neck, and saying, Peter, oh yeah, love everybody, love everybody. I mean, it's a free world, And as long as you are overage, I don't care. You're overage, whether you're 20 or 21. As long as you're the legal age, well, these things are all very subjective. But the point is, as long as you're of the legal age, I think that you're allowed to.
I agree with the legality. I agree with the legality. You're allowed to do anything.
Yes, of course.
But the morality for me kind of like
It's shady. Well, I understand why it is shady, though. So we can agree.
For example, the reason why I can't get married to someone who is older than me in that range, I can get married to someone who is about a year, 2 years older than me. Because even when we're together, if I don't tell you she's older than me, you wouldn't know.
You probably wouldn't know.
You probably wouldn't know, yeah. But someone that is like 15 years older than me, the reason why I just can't get married to that person is because the way marriage, now I'm also going to come from a cultural part, the way marriage works in our part of the world, it's the man who gets married to the woman. You hear sayings and, maxims like, there's a Yoruba word how to use, Olori Okolori or Okolori Lori Aya.
Those kinds of things in the family.
And those words, which sort of like put you as a man, as the lord of the house. The head of the house. How do I head over a woman who is 70 years older than me?
Well, I don't know what to say because I really don't know what to say. I'm just
no matter how much I love her, no matter how much I have female friends that are in their late 30s, 37, 39, even 40, that we still talk today. But like, no matter how much I love her, if I want to say I want to romantically love her, there's always going to be that part or that fear in my heart that who is going to be the lord of the house, me or her?
Look, I think it's all just social stigma. I think it's all just what people say. If you dismiss, I'm not one for holding what people say and me I carry it for head. Now, look, the summary of everything should be, look, the heart wants what it wants. Whether now you can't go carry your head put for where you're supposed to put, you sabi. But I don't think, well, people will talk. There's no way to stop people from talking.
And generally, women are we're not going to this one fully, but it's much more difficult, when you are with someone, the woman who is way older than you.
Yeah, it's more difficult.
When there's a challenge or there's, some disagreement, it's more difficult for her to concede and be like, I messed up, it's my fault, I'm sorry.
Yeah, possibly.
But if she's younger than you, it's more easier for her to succumb and be like,
well,
you know what, I'm sorry.
Well, that's a topic for another day, but I'll just chip in this bit. I think that would depend on status. The status is not just age. Age status, he's older, but she's older.
Yeah.
He could be richer. He could be smarter. Status is not something you dispute. It's always obvious. If you get money, they clear.
Yeah.
Even if you're smarter than the woman, and she's older, it is always very clear, I'm sure.
Saying the status will determine the power dynamics.
Of course, it will.
Well, let's leave the outside. We'll be outside to you guys. We're running out of time. What do you guys think? Can you get married to someone who, as a lady who is about 15 to 20 years older than you? If you're a guy, can you marry someone who is 15 to 20 years?
Or 30 years.
30 years.
Or 40. They saw inside.
Yeah. Or 40 years older than you. Do let us know in the comment section. And I always remain Peter. And
I'm Akiwale.
until we see you again in the next video.
Yeah.
Could be.